While most people prefer their pasta with traditional tomato sauce or alfredo, David Harker had a much more macabre recipe in mind. He made human spaghetti. This brutal young cannibal shocked the world with his heinous crimes, including the murder of 32-year-old Julie Paterson, whose body he dismembered and consumed. On the grounds of reduced culpability, cannibal David Harker pleaded guilty to the lesser charge of manslaughter concerning the death of 32-year-old Julie Paterson. The prosecutor, Paul Worsley, testified before the Teesside Crown Court in northeast England that Harker had told a psychiatrist that he had chopped up his victim and eaten part of her flesh with spaghetti and cheese. The court was hearing the testimony. Paterson was said to be a big fan of going out to parties and would sometimes vanish for several days at a time. He would eventually return. Although her partnership with Alan Taylor was said to be joyful, Paterson struggled with depression during their whole relationship. Harker and Paterson apparently struck it off after meeting in a bar in the town in the northeast where they had both lived. She accompanied him back to his apartment, where they engaged in sexual activity. Nonetheless, not long after that, Harker proceeded to rape her corpse after he had strangled her to death. After that, he severed one of her legs and prepared the thigh meat with spaghetti, garlic, and cheese. After he had his fill, he dragged her body down to the basement of his building and kept it there for several weeks while he severed her arms, legs, and head from her body. After he had his fill, he dragged her body down to the basement of his building. After some time had passed, he placed her torso in a trash bag and then discarded the pack in the backyard of a vacant home. When Paterson did not return home for several days in 1998, which led to Taylor's growing concern, and when she failed to attend an appointment with one of her children, Taylor got concerned. In the meantime, her skeletal remains were discovered by the police as they were searching for another individual who had gone missing. Davis stated that his dog was helping them look for the missing person when he began barking after smelling the odor of a dead body in the neighborhood. After that, they searched further and found Paterson's dismembered torso. According to Davis, his dog lifted its head and began sampling or sniffing the air with great concentration. It then jumped up and placed its paw on the wall, running back and forth like it was playing the piano before barking, indicating that it had detected something that smelled like a human. Davis approached the area and looked through the fence or hedge to see a rundown home or cottage. According to the former officer, at that point he had no notion that the canine had detected a dead body in the area where it was working. According to him, his initial reaction upon the dog's discovery was that he might have found a homeless person. He then shouted to see if anyone was around, but there was no response. He proceeded to put his arm through the hedge and felt something that he later identified as a trash bag. The bag broke open when he pulled at it, and the stench of decomposing flesh was released. Harker was taken into custody after boasting to his pals that he killed a girl called Julie. After some time had passed, the charges against him were changed from murder to manslaughter because he possessed diminished responsibility. It is well known that he did not reveal the location of any of the body parts that he had severed. Michael, Paterson's brother, expressed his regret that he had never been able to discover the location of the rest of his sister's skeletal bones, even after 21 years had passed. The prosecutor expressed that he would not object to the perpetrator being granted parole if he were to reveal the location of Julie's head. However, he believed the perpetrator would not disclose this information and seemed to enjoy the situation. However, the impact of this case will be felt for many years to come. It serves as a reminder of the importance of vigilance and the need to remain vigilant in the face of violent crime. That's all for today. Give this video a like and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. See you next time.